Shalom. I want to start off by giving all honor, all glory, all praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rokaha, Kodash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and double honors to the elders, prophets, and teachers who rule well and taught us this 100% true. Now, as you're about to see, we got a video in front of you. A dude set this girl up for a fake shopping date because she ghosted him like for multiple, I forgot how long, but she ghosted the dude, and then he offered to take her on a shopping date, and that's the only time she decided to respond back to him, right? And then she had this whole scheme, but you know what, we just gonna let the video play. And this is why the elder said, for you brothers, right, for you brothers right now, focus on getting the truth. For you single brother, focus on getting the truth, man. Building yourself up in the spirit, unless you can't contain yourself, live single, man. Because these women are out of their mind. They're not in their right mind at all. So they're not worth you wasting your time on them, man. And this woman gonna be direct proof of that. Let's get it.
All right, y'all. Let me tell y'all a quick story that I've been holding in the vault. Okay, like let me tell you something about New York men. First of all, this story it just gave me the ick. Like men are really like they're like ill. Literally, men will really try to humble you because they know that you are a particular woman, or they know you know who you are. Like they really be trying to, especially these New York men. Let me tell you guys, another time I had like a horrible dating experience real quick before I go back to break. I mean off break. I had this guy in my DMs for weeks. Writing me, never wrote back, never wrote back, never wrote back. So one day he wrote me, he was like, what shoe size you wear? So I'm not gonna lie. That got my attention. Bitch, what you mean what shoe size I wear? What you got for me?
See that? She ghosted him for weeks. She said weeks, okay? Weeks. Ghosted this dude. Soon as he offered to buy you a pair of shoes, you fold. It's insane, man. That's all it took. Was a fucking pair of shoes. Asking you what size you wear. Not even telling you he bought you a pair of shoes. Just asking you what size you wear. And you fell for it, showing that you don't care about nothing but what you can get. You're worldly, man.
So I wrote him, I was like, this my shoe size. I was like, well, you asking me because you bored or you really trying to buy me something? He like, oh, I'm trying to buy you something. So I'm like, okay. He's like, as a matter of fact, I really want to take you shopping. Like, why not? You're beautiful. Like, so I wrote him back. I was like, you capping. He like, what? He's like, we can go tomorrow. Like, what are you talking about? So I'm like, okay. Hang up on you. Call my friend. So I called my friend. I was like, yeah, this guy's over here. Like, he want to take me shopping. Like, I was like, I don't know. Like, like, I've never encountered something like this. Like, this is like, I don't know. I feel like it's too good to be true, you know? She's like, all right, boom. So this is what we're going to do. She was like, I'm coming to your neighborhood. She was like, we're going to go into the city together, right? She was like, I'm going to act like a sales associate at the store, or I'm gonna act like, it's a coincidence that we both in the same room. So she was like, when he's there with you, after you get a few of your pieces or whatever, you can leave. Like, because we don't know if this man is crazy or not.
And then she tried to back it up. She just basically said her homegirl hit her up and was like, look, this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna go and pretend to be an associate. And then after you or your friend that just ran into you, and after you get you a few things out of them, then you can bounce. You can just leave. You could just leave. So you went there to pretend like you was gonna go on a date with the dude, go do a little shopping and shit like that, maybe go out to eat. But you were just gonna use them to get you some shit, man. That's really all you was gonna do. That's all you was gonna do, man. Get a scripture real quick. Because that's all you wanted, right? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 2. Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death. Right? Because that dude he could have just been a setup, and he could have been out to get some revenge on you. But you so, puffed up off of treasures, right? And then you was gonna do some wicked evil shit and play the dude and finesse him, right? Let's get this in a different translation, right? Again, okay. So we got it right here, man. NIV, ill-gotten treasures have no lasting value, but righteousness delivers from death. Ill-gotten treasures, the CSB, ill-gotten gains do not profit anyone, but righteousness rescues from death. You were going to finesse this dude to get him to buy you some stuff and then book. What if that dude followed you, man? You could have been set up for the okie doke all in general. This was stupid. And really what you was trying to run was a scam. You was running a scam. A lot of y'all gonna be like, she didn't run a scam. Yes, she did. She was about to run a scam on this dude. And you never know. He could have caught wind of it and said, nah, and canceled the first one. Canceled the first date y'all was gonna have. Because he felt something was off. That could have been a spirit on him to not meet your ass, to not get scammed by you the first time. If he was trying to be serious on the first go, you never know. He could have just been setting you up and just bamboozling you, making you think that he was gonna meet you at stores and then just letting you go to stores and make yourself look stupid. But you was trying to run a scam. Let's get that, right? Scam, right? A dishonest scheme, a fraud, a dishonest scheme. You and your girl schemed on how you was gonna get this dude out of what he bought you, and then disappear. You're a scammer, man. According to this definition, you're a scammer. What else are you? Look at this. We got swindle. What's that? Swindle. Use deception to deprive someone of money or possessions. That's what you just tried to do, man. You tried to deceive him, make him think that he was interested in him and what he was saying, to deprive him out of his money that he was going to spend on you to get you some gifts, man. You're a swindler. So far, you're a scammer and a swindler. That's what you are, man. Scandaler and a swindler. Right? And then this bottom one says a fraudulent scheme or action. Are you fraudulent? Wait. Let's see if you're fraudulent, man. Yeah, let's click on that. Fraudulent. Obtained, done by, or involving deception. Especially criminal deception. Damn. To obtain something by, using deception, man. You're fraudulent. So you're fraudulent, you're a swindler, and you're a scammer. Right? And what did the scripture say? Right? Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death. And righteousness will deliver you from looking like a fool, man. Because that dude made a fool out of this girl. Right? I'm gonna play the rest. I might play the rest of it because it was kind of funny what he did to you. What he did to the girl was hilarious. A lot of people didn't like that, man. It is what it is, man. Let's get, you know what? Let's just let it play.
Whatever. So she's just like, nah, we going there together. I'm like, cool. The day for me to meet with him in the store, he was like, we're going to Soho and Bergdorf, right? So, no, not Bergdorf, Saks. So he's like, oh, we're gonna go to Saks. We're gonna go to Soho. I'm like, okay, cool. So he's like, meet me in Saks. So the day come for us to go out to do the shopping. It don't happen. Something happened on his end. So I'm like, oh, I'm calling his bluff. I'm like, oh, this man is just full of shit at this point. Blah, blah, blah. Now, 2 weeks go by. He texts me. He's like, yo, when are we doing this? Like, so now I'm like, maybe he's not bullshitting because I never brought it up or anything like that.
You fiending. You fiending. You fiending. You fiending for that shopping trip. Yeah, Eva's through. He hit you back up, play and said the same thing to you. You fiending at this point, man.
literally left it as what it was, like, oh, you're just full of shit, you're BSing. So he's like, nah, like let's go. So I was like, okay, like I'm free this day, da 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 da. I'm free on Sunday, blah blah blah. He's like, all right, cool, bet, let's go. in the morning, text him good morning. He like, oh, I'm getting up right now. He's like, what are you doing? I was like,
You see this shit, man? She texts this man good morning. You ain't replied to a single one of this man's text messages until he said he was gonna take you shopping. Then the morning that you was supposed to go shopping, you want to play sweetheart. Oh, good morning. Fuck out of here. The shit Eve do, bro.
I'm getting myself ready to like go meet you. He's like, bet. So this time I didn't tell my friend. The reason why I didn't tell my friend was because like I just felt like it was too good to be true. And I'm also telling myself like, Mona, you're in a public place. What's the worst thing that could happen to you? Then you actually do go shopping with this man and you might go to lunch or whatever and call it a day. I'm like, you'll be good. My friends have my location, whatever. So I go into the city. Keep in mind, I did this early in the morning just so I can go take care of my other errands. I had appointments that day just so like I didn't like know what the circumstances were gonna be with this man. Bitch, did they take a motherfucking turn for real? So he calls me. He's like, yo, where you at? I was like, I'm 20 minutes out. He like, I bet, cool. I'm about to leave. I'm like, okay. But from my end, I can hear cars. I think he was driving. I hear cars. I pay attention to stuff like that, right? So I get there. He told me his ETA. So I wrote him. I was like, hey, I'm here. He goes, I'm on the third floor. I'm like, okay. I go to the third floor. He goes to the third floor. It's women's. So I'm thinking, oh, he's already on the floor to see maybe what store we going to. I get to the third floor. I don't see no one. So I'm like, okay. I call him. He don't answer the phone. So I'm like, okay. Mind you, I had to pee. So I went back downstairs. I was like, you know what? Let me go use the bathroom. I'm gonna finish using the bathroom and I'll figure out where he's at. If anything, he'll come get me at the door. Cause bitch, I'm not about to be waiting on no floor. And you know how these stores are already. Like when you there as a brown sister, they don't matter how much money you got or what you look like. They always think you're sketchy. They probably think you up to no good. That's how these people are. Like they profile you. I'm a sales associate myself. I've seen my colleagues do it to other people that look like me. That's what they do in the designer stores. They don't care. So I'm like, okay, let me move from here. Let me go.
So just to make a long story short, he got her looking dumb and sketchy out here, man. He got her looking dumb and sketchy. Just dumb and sketchy, man. Got her looking like a fool. All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 9, verse 13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. I don't understand how she didn't see this coming. You curb this dude for that long, and then he comes out of nowhere, tells you he wants to take you shopping, ghosts you for 2 weeks, and then brings the same conversation back up, and you fall for it a second time. That is crazy. That's crazy, man. And what does that go back to? Job 39:17. Because the Most High hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding. He deprived her of wisdom, man. She don't have no wisdom. That's why she out there doing foolish things, man. Putting herself in danger, really. Because that's what she really doing. Let's continue.
He texts me. He's like, I'm by men's coat. I was like, it's impossible that you're by men's coat because the floor I was on was strictly women. I was like, you're on this floor. He goes, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm like, okay. So I get out the elevator.
Wait, she recognizes his lie. He's by men's coat. She corrects him and say, that's not on the third floor. That's not on this floor. That's on this floor. And then he said, yeah, 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 yeah. Like, how are you still stumbling at this, man? I don't get it.
I'm on the men's floor now. I'm looking. I still don't see nobody. I'm figuring, like, if you're going to meet me, you're going to be at least by the elevator or something, right? No. So I call him. He's like, where you at? He's like, I'm in the back by men's coat. So I'm walking. I'm seeing Laura Piana. I'm seeing this. I'm seeing Tom Ford. I still don't see nobody. He's like, where exactly are you? I was like, I'm in front of Tom Ford. He's like, I'm going to come get you. I'm like, okay. So I don't know where I left off, but he was like, "Oh, I'm coming to get you." So I'm feeling a little crazy now because I've been standing in front of Tom Ford for just a bit too long, and the sales associate they coming up to me like, "Hey, you need help?" Da 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 da. I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm just waiting for someone or whatever." So y'all, I was like, you know what, Mona, go downstairs. This man will come get you. Stop standing in front of these people's stuff, cause you look crazy. You look sketchy as fuck. I was like, I'm a little ashy. I was like, alright, cool. As I'm heading, y'all, to the elevator, I pull out my phone to text him, like, yo, I don't know where you at. I don't see you. I'm going to wait for you outside or downstairs. Before I pull out my phone to my messages, he texts me. He goes, yo, you really an asshole. Huh? So I'm like, what? I'm like, who are you talking to? Like, I'm so confused. He was like, yeah, fuck you, thought. He goes, I hate bitches like you. Always want something for like. He goes, no, always wanting something for nothing ass bitches. Like, I don't like bitches like you. Going off. I'm like, have a good day, sir. Have a good day. Like, you're you're fucking insane. You thought you ate. You thought you ate. You thought you lowered me into a store, a department store, and you thought you made me look crazy?
That's literally what he did. He lured you into the store, had you thinking that he was gonna show up, and he never was there, man. He's a ghost. she, did she forget what she said? She said she looked crazy. Let me try to go back and find it, man. Right?
I left off, but he was like, "Oh, I'm coming to get you." So I'm feeling a little crazy now because I've been standing in
you,
front of
feel, you feeling crazy? What? What did you just say, man? You said you feeling crazy.
Thomas store, and you thought you made me look crazy.
Exactly what he did. Exactly what he did. This shit, man. Eve, boy. Eve, what pisses me off the most, honestly, about this whole situation is that this could have been a setup. Like I said in the beginning of the video, this could have been a straight up setup. She could have been done dirty. She think that him just ghosting her and just playing with her fucking emotions was bad. If this dude was a freaking demon, like a real demon, yo, you would have wished he just stood you up. That would have been the least of your problems, man. Eve, boy. Stop falling for this shit, man. And this doesn't go out to any of the Aquathium, that keep this faith and stay true to their husbands, and they try to keep this truth to the best of their ability. This type of rebuke is not for you. This is just for women like this. Clamorous, simple. This is ridiculous, man. And with that, shalom.